Hello everyone and welcome back to Investigative Selfism. Today's topic is something that I realize I do talk a lot about with my friends, and it's something I think needs so much a bit of that healthy deconstruction, and that is the topic of perfectionism. And I think with perfectionism we have two ways how we're using the word, like how we're approaching it linguistically, and then what it means to us, of course, as well. So the first definition could be a very light, kind of innocent one. It's the one where we say, oh, I'm such a perfectionist, when we mean, I pay attention to detail, I am attentive in general, I'm dedicated, right? All these really nice, admirable qualities when you think about it, right? There's nothing wrong with them. If I'm hardworking, if I'm dedicated, if I'm genuinely interested in what I'm doing, right? Like I care about, let's say, the final result, like how something looks, maybe, that's all fine. And I'm not here to criticize that approach. But I think sometimes there's the second way how we can see perfectionism and how we actually use the word and then what it means to us. And that is the category of this word that is definitely not very healthy, or it's not very healthy unless actually we deconstruct it. So the second way to look at perfectionism is not realizing that what we mean by perfectionism is actually just fear. If I'm saying, oh, I'm such a perfectionist, I'm not gonna start something. Or, I can say, such a perfectionist, I'm not gonna finish something. And this is where you say, is it because you're a perfectionist, or is it because you're afraid? You're afraid to be seen starting small, maybe. You're afraid of the final result, that it won't be seen as being good enough. That you won't be seen as being good enough. That you will be seen as being a bit unworthy. So it can stem from some really deep things, right? They're not unhealthy in themselves, but it's healthy for us to understand where that fear is coming from. And I really do like the definition of perfectionism that this really cool lady, Elizabeth Gilbert, right, the author, what she gives to perfectionism. And she always says, hey, perfectionism is just fear and high heels. It's this like fancy, beautiful kind of, whatever fear. It's still a fear that we have. So I wanted to ask you, how are you using this word, and how do you see perfectionism? Are you using the sort of light, colloquial way of, to say that, I'm dedicated, I care about the details? Or are you hiding behind your perfectionism, and there are those beautiful gifts that you're not giving away because you're a little bit afraid? And if you are, that is completely fine. I think we've all done that. But it's nice to understand what's happening there. What is it really that we're feeling? Because then we can take feelings as signals and then see what we want to do with those signals. But if we're there saying it's perfectionism, we don't understand that the signal that we have to look at is fear. So we have to do the work of uncovering what's underneath, and this is what we might find. And if that is what you're finding, I want to link to some really nice resources on fear management, just how can we approach our own fears ourselves with more kindness, with more self-compassion, because it's always needed, not only when we claim that we're perfectionists. So I hope this was useful. Please check out the resources, and thank you so much for your time. See you later.